Hi Taylor and Cameron, this is Daddy and I am at work. So I'm showing you the room I work in. It's pretty cool. First, I'll show you my friend Elvis. Hello Elvis.
Hello.
Elvis is working today with me. It's Saturday about 5 o'clock and we're working on something really cool. This is a special machine to hold a motor that goes in the 787. And what happens is this motor, let me see if I can get a good picture. This motor is very strong and this machine will push against it with all sorts of forces. There's special hoses with hydraulic fluid and they push against this motor and the motor has to push against it and we test how well it does. So this is the place that I work and this is what we do. We listen to music on the iPod and we have coffee and then we make software on the computer like this on these giant kiosks, and then behind these doors is a big pump. This is another test machine, and over there is a special machine that we put the motor on, and when the motor runs, this tells how much force it's showing. So that's a force machine. We call it a dynamometer. And this is my desk where I work. I get 2 desks for right now. Everybody gets to come in and use this room. And then this is a special machine I was making that tests the motors and makes all of the things happen. This is another machine that tests the motor. There's our little motor. It's not very big, but it's very strong. And this machine here measures the current, how much power, like how many batteries it's using. So I made this little box, and you get to control the motor, how fast it goes, and turn it on and off. We get lots of supplies. So there's all my wires, and there's nuts and bolts, and there's my laptop. Yes, I'm the only one here with a Macintosh. So I put my bag down and I go to work. And then this room over here is right next to where I am. And this room has airplane parts in it. So for instance, here is an airplane wing. And this wing goes up and down and they test it all day long. This machine right here makes it go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And it measures and it tests. And these are big weights on the floor, so when they do vibration tests, these weights will make sure that it doesn't get rock and rolled too much. They weigh a whole ton, each one. This is a machine that goes inside of an airplane, and they have special protection on it, and it's a valve that turns the fluid. There's pressure that's made with fluid because water doesn't compress. So that machine does that. Those machines over there go up and down and up and down, and they make sure that even though you have something in an airplane at the beginning, it'll still work. Taylor and Claire might like this. This is our calibrator. So as the blade goes up and down, you can see the angle. Here's the needle gauge. You can see how that works. There's lots of supplies in here. Kelly works in there, and Hui and Mai works here. And this is a room where we get lots of supplies. So I'm walking out of the system integration lab. This is where George sits and he orders supplies. And down at the end of that hall is where there's some more big machines. I'll go there now. Okay, we're now back in the big test room. These are giant ovens, and you put the parts for the airplanes in there and you make them very hot and very cold, very hot and very cold, and you hope that they survive. And then here are some more ovens, and those are the doors. You can open the garage door and bring stuff in, bring stuff out. And this is a machine that tests like the other one, up and down and up and down. And here we have posters on the wall. This one says spoiler, Dreamliner. This one says HSTA. The HSTA is the part that goes in the back of the plane and helps make the horizontal stabilizer go up and down. It's the machine for that. Here's the second version of the test rack that I'm using. The spoiler motor goes inside of there and goes back and forth, and big pressure gets pushed against it so you can test it. There's a big crane in here, and the crane helps when you have to carry big heavy things and lift them up, like when you have machines or you have parts and you have a motor or a weight and a testing machine, so it will lift it up and put it in place for you. Here's an example of a little one. That's a little crane that's built on to the spoiler test, so you can pick up the motor, put it over, and drop it in without getting hurt or hurting the machine. This is a test console. This one's for endurance, and that means that you have to see how much it will endure if it can do this for like 2 months at a time without breaking. These are some of the control valves. When you want to do some pressure, you rotate the valve and you read the dial, make sure it's just right. This machine is the spoiler integration fixture. And this one measures how well it can fit in with other machines, because nothing works by itself. It has to work with all the other parts. If you have a really good car and one wheel's missing, it won't work. So we want to make sure every part is working. It's kind of fun. This is a test of a motor that Phil's doing, and these little things are temperature sensors. So Phil's measuring all of the places on the motor where heat comes. So what's called a thermistor is right here, and it goes into these machines, and then this will read the temperature of the part of the motor that you're testing. Sometimes you can tell a lot just by where the heat is. Motors will make a little bit of heat. Some will make too much. This is a picture of all the parts that are made for an airplane that are being repaired. Moog makes a lot of parts like this that are hydraulic. This is what makes the flaps on a wing move up and down. We're starting to replace them with motors now. So plane designers would prefer motors to these sort of things. They look the same, but here's the new HSTA. This is a very long screw, and it has a machine in it here that will go up and down. And when this goes up and down, the tail on the airplane goes up and down. This kind of looks like a robot to me. If you look at it a certain way, let's see if it looks like that. Oh, I know. I'll try this. Please excuse the camera work. There we go. I think that looks like a robot. The motors go right here. That's the part I'm working on. And then this whole thing goes inside of an airplane. For now, it says normal and test. Guess which part we're doing. Okay, now it really looks like a robot. See? Eye, mouth, face, nose, shoulders. And this is inside of a giant test rig. And again, the pump is over here for making the power for the fluids. And then the HSTA is right in here. And this giant rig is designed to test. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down all day long until it gets fixed. Until we can break it. Sometimes we do break it. There's another HSTA being built. They set them up in this little rack. They get all the parts ready, and they put all the parts together until they make a plane. These are very interesting. These three little things rotate. When they rotate, it tells the plane what position your blades are in, what position your tails or your flaps are in. And there's the place where my motors go. Go right in there, 1, 2. There's 2 for this device. Lots of parts go into an airplane. called the fishbowl room because all the engineers work together in one big room. So they call it the fishbowl room. Often people work by themselves when they're engineers, but here everybody's desks are all around in one big room with great big tables, and we all talk with each other all day long. And we all get up and we go over and we have coffee and we chat and we look at drawings. We all have our own computer. This is Sam's desk. He's from Australia. Can you tell? This is Pavan's desk. Pavan's from India. He's very nice. He was born here. His wife's name is Nandika. This is Sean's desk. Albert's desk. He's my friend. He's very smart. Very good guy. Ryan's desk. Elvis's desk. Here's how you pronounce his name. That's a hard one. And we have cookies every day. So we put cookies right here. We call it the Moog Cafe. And everybody brings cookies and we eat them. This is one of the test tracks. And this is where Ryan sits. He's my friend. This is where Glenn sits. And this is where Daddy sits. That's my desk. And I sit in the back corner by the Xerox machine, which is actually pretty good because I get to see the whole room. Everybody can see me, and I can see everybody else. And I have pictures on my desk. I have hiking the Wasatch. I have some graphs that I made of the motors and how they respond. I have my Desktop Labs logo. I have a picture of the tuk-tuk that Chris and Lynn gave us as a present when Taylor and I went to Thailand. I have a picture of Cameron's little feet that she drew for me. And a picture of my teeth right there. Just one tooth in the back. I still have it. And a picture of the 787. So that's my desk. That's my telephone when you guys call me. That's usually where I sit. But I have a headset too, so I can go around. And I have a coat with my very own name on it. And I wear it so I don't get dirty. Sometimes the shop is messy. On my desk, I keep some airplanes from White Wings, and I keep my Lego Mindstorm. And I'm the only one that has a plant in the whole room. This is where we have stand-up meeting every morning. All the engineers stand up here and we talk about things. We look at the big monitor and look at our charts. It's all pretty good. So that's where I work. I work at Moog and I help make airplane parts and test them. And I make LabVIEW software. And I get to have lots of wires and supplies, and I have lots of friends to work with every day. It's a very, very good place to work. And a lot of fun and very productive. So study well and enjoy your mathematics and your English because you need both of them. Bye. Good morning. This is Sunday morning. Yesterday I walked on around the tour of my office, desk, and my systems integration lab. And I'm on my way to church, Unitarian Church. It's quite a liberal church, having wonderful conflicts with the Mormons here in a positive way for the whole country. I like the Mormons and the Unitarians. But one of the reasons I stopped the car was just to look at the Wasatch Mountains that I get to see and hopefully go snowboarding on soon. So that's what they look like. Really pretty.
It's got more options than my phone does. I paid twice as much as her.
It has a gig of RAM in it. It's the same one as my phone. A little memory stick. Remember in your phone? That little tiny memory card. And it does movies.
Day. Okay, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. This man.
But I am standing back. There's a Asian history. Those aren't just fake.
This man.
But I am standing back. There's a lot of current.
Yeah. That's good. Yes.
And tell me why?
Yes, I need to verify. As soon as I get the relays correct, okay, this compiled, I think it'll be good. It's not that correct. I was. Oh, that's a nice camera. It's big screen too.
Absolutely.
5 megabit? Yes. Oh wow. Oh dear. I have a Cybershot. I paid this $500.
How do I get about that? Not the whole frame. It's doing that movie format.
You want all this stuff gone or? Like black line.
Mike? Watch the camera. Yeah.
I put this back where it was, right? You want me to put this back where you got it?
Oh, I'll take it back.
You sure?
Yeah, I got to go that way.
Oh, all right.